I won't pretend that One Battle After Another wasn't foregrounded, that we haven't had a big marketing campaign, that fans of Paul Thomas Anderson, PTA, as many know him, it hasn't been a long build up. And there's always that fear, particularly around someone like Paul Thomas Anderson, when you don't know if you're going to like his film or it's going to be somewhat divisive. For instance, I'm a big fan of Licorice Pizza. I'm not a fan of Phantom Thread. Other people, their mileage may vary. And so you come to One Battle After Another hopeful, but also a little bit nervous for what you're going to get. And I will say you are presented with an epic that, frankly, you can't pretend that this isn't up there with There Will Be Blood as one of those films that people will be talking about for years to come. That you see this culmination of cast, with Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Chase Infinity, Tiana Taylor, and you hit notes in and story beats, one that charts a story that goes over decades, and does something that I think is challenging, where it presents a story that is personal. It's about generational rebellion, and is at the same time, about American history and race relations and the rise of fascism, and presents these ideas in a way that you think, goodness, this is ambitious. Can it carry it off? And yet, it's exciting, it's funny, it presents characters like Leonardo DiCaprio's character, who, presents as this sort of maverick bomb maker for this freedom fighting group, who then becomes a stoner dad who barely can string thoughts together. And the fact that you see the pathway of this character from one point to another, and it feels so natural. There's a genius to it. There's a true genius to being able to see that level of character work. And that's not just the Leonardo DiCaprio character, it's most of the cast. And so when you get to that second half, and you're having this intense chase that frankly takes place over a couple of days, you are incredibly invested in the stakes of these characters, in the where they're coming from. Even the villainous ones, you understand where Sean Penn is coming from and why he is so dangerous and why the characters should be afraid of him. In fact, you have people like Benicio del Toro, who plays, the definition of a supporting role, but where he is at the best of his abilities, and it just comes together like music. And when you get to what you can only describe as the most unique chase scene that I've seen in years, it is truly, this is a masterpiece among PTA's masterpieces, and I think that this is the kind of film that going to the cinema is worthwhile for, because you come out, it is a 3-hour film, and you come out feeling like you have seen an epic that's saying something and matters. And yeah, I think this is one of the strongest films of the year, and I think this is definitely the kind of film that the Oscars will pay attention to, and you get to see some of the best actors in the industry be at the height of their powers, and I think it's extraordinary.